the younger the athlete is, the more I have to realize, where are they? I mean, what am I trying to get out of their experience? Because I want them to be 40 years old and love the game still, and not have fallen out of love with it because some guy was a maniac and screamed at him,
Yeah.
and yet watch a game on television and go, they can appreciate it and love it and see the artistic side of it. Yes, there's an athletic side to this, but it doesn't mean you don't have an intellectual side of it and the harmony that goes along with five individuals trying to be together. That's different.
Yeah. I love that. Coach Riley from the Lakers used to talk about like a jazz band, and so they'd have the drummer and the piano and the sax, and then they'd all play together. And then they'd say,
Yeah.
okay, Johnny, hit it. And you'd have to improvise and do your thing, and then you have to get right back in the rhythm of it. And there's so many different ways to help people reset with these kids. For me, I think what happens sometimes is we can't focus on just, did they quote unquote fail? Did they make the shot? It's really more like when I teach referees, a lot of times I'm teaching them, were you in the right position to get an open look on the competitive matchup?
Yes.
And if you weren't, then that's what we need to focus on, rather than whether you got the call right or wrong. And I think with kids, we have to shift that a little bit, you know what I mean, and kind of go that way. Were you doing the right things to put yourself in position to be successful? Because you know as well as I do, hey man, the 49ers game a couple weeks ago, dude did the exact right thing in the right position, and the ball came in and he dropped it, right? It happens, you know what I mean? That's part of what's beauty to me about athleticism, right? And athletics and competition.
Yeah, there's failure more than there is success.
Absolutely.
And that's the difference between the transactional coach who throws a fit and blames somebody because they can't take the ego on themselves, or the one that goes, okay, how do I get better? What did we learn from this one? Because it's going to happen again.
Right.
Yeah. You're not gonna dominate. This is just rare. I mean, the greatest player, Michael Jordan, took a lot of serious losses in life. Yeah. And so what did you learn? Well, by one guy, he wasn't able to score 120. He took everybody to do this whole thing. And eventually when that came around, that's what makes it magical.
It's interesting too, because I've heard he had more fun then too, because then it was part of something. Everybody, there's people that can do their own individual pieces, but especially as you're growing up, being a part of something is such a big important piece of it.